Hey everyone, Vampy Garlo here, and today we are playing Kyle is Famous. And let's look at the endings I found. Yeah, all these. So let's go. Start. Kyle wakes up, he is famous. Kyle is host of the most popular talk show in recent memory, Stay Up Late with Kyle. Stay Up Late with Kyle has grown in popularity quickly in the last year, and the public has noticed. Inside has called Kyle a most excellent, dumpy white man. Top Tech noted that Kyle is inspiring youth to explore STEM fields. Most other talk shows are dedicated to discussing Kyle and his personal details. No, I don't like that. Most online videos are best of clips taken from Kyle's latest broadcast. The eye of the world is upon Kyle. Oh my god, my butt vibrated. What the heck? Tonight is Kyle's most important guest interview yet. Stay Up Late with Kyle will be featuring Rachel May. She is a kind and lovely philanthropist. She is dear to the hearts of many. This interview requires preparation. Kyle cracked his eyes open, knowing today is his last chance to prepare for the interview. Kyle has 30 hours left. He must choose his actions wisely. Kyle's first decision of the morning was made wisely. Wither away, exit the bed, browse social media. I don't know which one I'm going to choose. This one. Kyle exited his bed and took a quick glance around his bedroom. Open the closet to desk, scavenge. Exit bedroom to hallway to desk. Kyle made his way over to his desk and sat down. Write notes for interview, back to room, check in desk drawer. Write notes for the interview. Kyle wrote down his first question. Are you a mother? Am I a mother? Is your mother a mother? Kyle wrote down his second question. What are some diet tips? Beef mashed or blended? Ever eaten a raw egg whole? Sorry. Kyle wrote down his third question. What's your funniest story? Do you ever smile? I purposely ran over a puppy. Oh god. Kyle wrote down his last question. Do you feel guilty? What's your guilty pleasure? Are you guilty? Kyle ripped his page of notes out of the notebook and got up from the desk. Back to desk. Check in desk drawer. Back to room. Kyle made his way over to his desk and sat down. Back to room. Kyle returned to the center of the bedroom. Scavenge. Kyle crouched down on the floor, realizing his immediate need for resources. Kyle began to comb through the damp piles of filth and mold on his floor in search of helpful items. After finding and eating a few bits of crumbs and old cheese, Kyle found something much more important. Indeed, it was the corpse of Harry, a friend that had gone missing years ago while at Kyle's house. Well, jeez. Kyle was glad to see him again, but was unsure whether to interrupt such an important day with Harry business. Deal with Harry, leave him for another time. I'm doing that. Kyle decided Harry could wait until another day and quietly folded a pile of filth back on top of him. Back to bedroom. Kyle returned to the center of the bedroom. Exit bedroom hallway. Kyle walked into the small hallway that connects the rooms of his apartment together. Check lock door, leave apartment, move to kitchen, return to bedroom, leave apartment. Kyle walked out into the middle of the road and took a long, pondering look around him. Visit downstairs neighbor, visit text store, visit downstairs neighbor. Kyle approached his downstairs neighbor's door and knocked. More? A middle-aged woman named Gabby answered the door. She looked at Kyle expectantly. Greet and start conversation. Good morning, neighbor, said Kyle cheerfully. Gabby looked at Kyle expectantly. Ask Gabby about Kyle, ask Gabby about Rachel, ask Gabby about Gabby. Gabby asked Kyle, tell me about yourself. Gabby stiffened. Oh, you know, she said, putting on a fake smile. I just sit around here. Yes, I don't get around much. Never go out at night. I just stay here, right here, Gabby glared at Kyle. Convinced by Gabby's statement, Kyle bid her goodbye and returned to the street. Kyle walked out into the middle of the road and took a long, pondering look around him. Returned to apartment. Kyle walked into the small hallway that connects the rooms of his apartment together. Moved to kitchen. Kyle walked to the center of the kitchen. Open fridge. Kyle opened the fridge intending to find something to eat condiments. Kyle started to grab condiments from the fridge, squirting them into his mouth with both hands. The rate at which ketchup, soy sauce, and other items entered Kyle's mouth soon overrode his ability to swallow. Kyle spewed the excess condiments across the kitchen, covering the furniture and walls. Kyle continued until all of the condiments had been emptied. Oh? Kyle hurried to the set. Sitting across from his host chair was a glamorous woman with an air of genuity. As Kyle approached her, Rachel looked up and smiled. Approach Rachel. Rachel's smile quickly turned to shock as she realized Kyle had not put on clothes that day. More? Kyle waved and smiled broadly. Rachel uncomfortably averted her eyes. More? Kyle started making the rounds around the room, greeting each member, none of whom looked at him directly. As it became apparent that Kyle had no intention of leaving, Rachel made some excuses and exited the set. One by one, the crew followed suit. Kyle was left all alone. Well, we've already had that one. Kyle's first decision of the morning was made wisely. Exit the bed. This time we're going to remember to put clothes on him. Kyle exited the bed and took a quick glance around his bedroom. Opened the closet. Kyle opened the closet. It was dark and he could only really see his hanging shirts. Choose an outfit. Kyle decided to take some time to choose a perfect outfit, knowing how important appearance is. That's my favorite one to choose, actually. Oh my god. Let's go jeans and swimming goggles. Kyle decided on a fashion-forward, casual style. He could barely see out of the goggles. Back to room. Kyle returned to the center of the bedroom. Sit at desk. Kyle made his way over to the desk and sat down. Check in desk drawer. Kyle opened up the side drawer on his desk and grabbed one of the items stored there. Sorted change, flashlight, small key, back to desk. Small key. Kyle grabbed the small key he kept in his desk, back to desk. Kyle made his way over to his desk and sat down. Write notes for the interview. Kyle wrote down his first question. Let's do that. Kyle wrote down his second question. Beef, mashed or blended? Kyle wrote down his third question. Oh, that's just kind of sad. Kyle wrote down his last question. Kyle ripped his page of notes out of the notebook and got up from the desk. Kyle made his way over to his desk and sat down. Back to room. Kyle returned to the center of the bedroom. Exit bedroom to hallway. Kyle walked into the small hallway that connects the rooms of his apartment together. Moved to kitchen. Kyle walked to the center of the kitchen, opened fridge. Kyle opened the fridge intending to find something to eat. Kyle constructed a breakfast of poached eggs and toast along with a small fruit cup and grilled sausage. Kyle ate his breakfast slowly and thoughtfully, enjoying every bite. He felt refreshed. Kyle walked to the center of the kitchen, returned the hallway. Kyle walked into a small hallway that connects the rooms of his apartment together. Check lock door. Kyle walked over to the strange door in the hallway, but found quickly that the door was locked from the inside. Back to hallway, force the door with forehead. Kyle decided it would be best to try and force the door open with the use of his face. More. After smashing his features into solid wood for several minutes, Kyle gained severe short-term amnesia. Kyle walked into the small hallway that connects the rooms of his apartment together. Leave apartment. Kyle walked out into the middle of the road and took a long, pondering look around him. Kyle approached his downstairs neighbor's door and knocked. A middle-aged woman named Gabby answered the door. She looked at Kyle expectantly. Scream and spin. Kyle hurried to the set. Sitting across from his host chair was a glamorous woman with an air of ingenuity. As Kyle approached her, Rachel looked up and smiled. "Good evening, Kyle," she said, looking him in the eyes. "I've been looking forward to being here." Kyle responded. Forget her name. "Hello, you?" Kyle's ears began to ring from his concussion. Rachel looked at Kyle, slightly confused, but continued smiling. Before she noticed the glazed look in Kyle's eyes, the producer approached. "Time to get started," he said, putting a hand on Kyle's shoulder. "Let's get stationed." Kyle sat in the nearest chair. Rachel, her seat, stolen, sat in the host chair. A moment after seating, the studio lights brightened and the cameras clicked on. Start broadcast. "Good morning, everyone," said Kyle. "My name is, Kyle made a desperate effort to remember his name or really anything. Kyle looked at Rachel. "Do you know who I am?" he asked. Rachel looked back confused. "Who are you?" "Well, if you're not Kyle, I don't know who you are," Rachel smiled sweetly. Kyle made up his mind that he was probably Kyle. "Well, he said, I'm Kyle." A long silence followed. Eventually, Rachel spoke again. And I'm Rachel. Hi, everyone," she waved. "Hi, Rachel," said Kyle. "So why are you here?" Rachel was visibly worried. "Ha ha, funny," she said. "Were you planning on asking me any questions?" "I mean, I don't have any ideas," said Kyle. Kyle kept staring at Rachel. Someone coughed. Kyle looked around and noticed the crew. "Who on earth are all of you?" he asked. Nobody answered. Kyle got out of his chair and walked off frame, leaving Rachel alone with millions of viewers. Rachel started to attempt to entertain the audience herself. Eventually, the producer ended the broadcast early due to technical issues. More. Kyle woke up in his bed the next day, remembering nothing about what had happened. And reset. Kyle's first decision of the morning was made wisely. Exit bed. I guess we're gonna do a normal one. Kyle exited his bed and took a quick glance around his bedroom. Exit bedroom and hallway. Kyle walked into the small hallway that connects the rooms of his apartment together. Moved to kitchen. Kyle walked to the center of the kitchen. Open fridge. Kyle opened fridge intending to find something to eat, prepare breakfast. Kyle constructed a breakfast of poached eggs and toast along with a small fruit cup and grilled sausage. Eat. Kyle ate his breakfast slowly and thoughtfully, enjoying every bite. He felt refreshed. Returned to the kitchen. Kyle walked to the center of the kitchen. Returned to hallway. Kyle walked into the small hallway that connects the rooms of his apartment together. Returned to bedroom. Kyle returned to the center of the bedroom. Opened the closet. Kyle opened the closet. It was dark, and he could only really see his hanging shirts. Choose an outfit. Kyle decided to take some time to choose the perfect outfit, knowing how important appearance is. I'm getting Ghost War armor. Kyle was unsure of what exactly caused him to decide to wear his armor, but it felt like the right thing to do. After much squeezing and sweating, Kyle managed to wrap the metal suit around his stumpy self. Kyle returned to the center of the bedroom. Let's see. Open the closet, scavenge, exit bedroom, hallway, sit at desk. Kyle made his way over to his desk and sat down. Checking desk drawer, we're not doing that. Back to room, we're not doing that. Right notes for interview, we're doing that. Kyle wrote down his first question. Am I a mother? Is your mother a mother? Are you a mother? Kyle wrote down his second question. Ever eaten a raw egg whole, beef mashed or blended? What are some diet tips? Kyle wrote down his third question. Do you ever smile? I purposely ran over a puppy. What's your funniest story? Kyle wrote down his last question. What's your guilty pleasure? Do you feel guilty? Are you guilty? Kyle ripped his page of notes out of the notebook and got up from the desk. Back to desk. Kyle made his way over to his desk and sat down. Back to room. Kyle returned to the center of the bedroom, scavenged, opened the closet, sit at desk, exit bedroom, hallway. We're doing exit bedroom, hallway. Kyle walked into the small hallway that connects the rooms of his apartment together, moved to kitchen, returned to bedroom, check locked door, or leave apartment. We're doing leave an apartment. Kyle walked out into the middle of the road and took a long, pondering look around him. Visit downstairs neighbor. Kyle approached his downstairs neighbor's door and knocked. A middle-aged woman named Gabby answered the door. She looked at Kyle expectantly. Greet and start conversation. Good morning, neighbor, said Kyle cheerfully. Gabby looked at Kyle expectantly. Ask Gabby about Rachel. Gabby, Kyle asked, what are your true thoughts about Rachel May? Oh, Rachel? She's a wonderful woman. Her generous acts have inspired more good work than bad. Gabby trailed off, not meeting Kyle's eyes. After several uncomfortable minutes of silence, Kyle turned around and left. Kyle heard... God, that sounds so hick. Kyle hurried to the set. Sitting across from his host chair was a glamorous woman with an air of genuity. As Kyle approached her, Rachel looked up and smiled. Approached Rachel. Good evening, Kyle, she said, looking him in the eyes. I've been looking forward to being here. Kyle responded. And I as well, Rachel, answered Kyle, extending his hand and greeting. You are most welcome to guest. Gah! Can't talk. Shake hands. After another mild exchange of pleasantries, Kyle and Rachel were prompted to take their places for the broadcast. More. A moment after seating, the studio lights brightened and the cameras clicked on. Start broadcast. Good evening, everyone, said Kyle, looking at the camera. Welcome back to Stay Up Late with Kyle, introduced Rachel. Tonight I have the pleasure of interviewing the lovely Rachel May, who needs no more introduction. That's a new one. However, said Kyle, suddenly dropping his voice, Rachel May is not sitting next to me. She is not new to the show. She did not walk in before me. In fact, said Kyle, I am Rachel May. Rachel looked at Kyle, confused, and silently mouthed the words, You are who? Oh, God. Kyle stood up quickly and drew his arms high above his head, pointing upwards. I have never been Kyle, he shouted. I have never been the host of the show Stay Up Late with Kyle. Kyle looked and pointed directly at the camera. I am here for but one reason, to interview myself. Oh, God. Kyle sat down in his chair and went to produce the notes he had taken earlier. Kyle read the first question on his list. Are you a mother? I'm glad you asked, said Kyle. Yes, I am. Yes, you are, said Kyle, trying to figure out who was talking to whom, or I am. In a fit, Kyle continued to answer the question, trying to come up with the correct phrasing. Rachel spoke up. Kyle, I'm not a mother at all, so it doesn't really matter. Lies! Impossible! I don't believe it! Kyle banged his fist on the chair. Kyle, I've never been in a position for that. I've really just focused on my career. All you need to do is ask, Rachel smiled sweetly. Kyle was silent for a moment, then realizing he had no idea what he was doing, he decided to let Rachel talk. So what about your career? Do you enjoy what you do? How did you get into it? And the two continued talking for the better part of an hour, Kyle asking questions and Rachel answering accordingly. Eventually, Kyle's producer signaled to Kyle that it was time to stop. The broadcast ended. The crew, Rachel and Kyle, said their goodbyes and returned home. But Kyle continued to think about Rachel after the interview ended. Something about Rachel had struck Kyle. He wasn't exactly sure what, but he did know that he was interested to hear that she was single. Oh, God. Oh, and that'll do it for today. I'll catch you guys later. See ya in the next one. Bye. Well, first of all, please like the video, subscribe, and comment. Maybe even share. Depends on how you feel. Alright, well, talk to y'all later. Bye!